to Real Reds talk. Manchester United have just pasted Man City at Old Trafford in what an incredible performance on all fronts. There are a million things to talk about that I was super impressed with. But let's just go to raw emotion. Sam, first and foremost, how fucking good was that?
I was just saying off camera to Adam and Chivy, I think that's the first time I've watched United and enjoyed watching an entire 90 minutes rather than going, how long before we collapse? When are we going to start kicking it in? Like, when was going to... I enjoyed it from minute 0 to minute 95. Like, everything was just enjoyable, dynamic, attacking football, going for the kill. Even when we were 2-0 up, we went for a third, which may or may not have been offside. I don't know. Arguably should have been 5-0 those other two offsides. If we had got them right, it could have been 5. So, yeah, I enjoyed everything. Every single player, bar Dallo, stepped up, I thought. I just thought, yeah. It had everything. It had everything.
Still gets it in the neck, even when we win 2-0.
Yeah, but it had everything. That's what I mean. We spoke about this before. Like, if one player has a bad game and all the other players play well, it's fine because you can make up for it. But it's when United, when you have like 5 or 6 players all having a shit game at the same time, it's when it falls apart. So Dallo could have a shit game if everybody else is playing well, and it still works. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it.
Adam, the only way I could describe that feeling is, you really badly need a shit in school and you finally get to go and it's just like a release and you're just like, oh, thank God. Because the results, I mean, we have fully deserved one of those performances, especially the fans in that stadium as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's been so fucking miserable. But to get a clean sheet against Man City, to absolutely pepper him in front of goal, and, 3 goals ruled offside, I think it was in the end, or something ridiculous like that.
Hit the post twice.
Yeah. You're emotional. I don't expect any analysis, but just talk to me.
Yeah, looking at it, like I said off camera, when's the last time we had a full 90 minutes, like being the better team?
Yeah.
I actually couldn't remember. And that was easily, I also said off camera, probably the best we played in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And the one kind of thing I'm delighted about was the clean sheet. And we didn't look like conceding at all throughout the game. And you've known our record all season. We've conceded so many goals, so many stupid goals as well. But to actually take one of the best teams in the league, some would argue the best, but obviously Arsenal are top at the moment, but the champions, I suppose, to actually make them look terrible. We actually, as bad as it sounds, we made them look like us, if you can kind of describe it that way. But Pep Guardiola, he got schooled today. There's no way about it. You can have the ball all you want, but they done nothing with it. Yeah. I don't think they even got a single shot on target in the second half.
Got one. I think they got the second half though, but the first half, I think Lamont made 1 save. I think that's all.
And it wasn't even that good of a chance from what I remember. I think it was from a corner, but it was like a second head on it was.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even, they didn't look like scoring at all. Meanwhile, every time we went forward, we looked like scoring. There was so many big chances as well. Everyone points out the 3 disallowed goals, hitting the post twice. But you have to remember Bruno's pass to Mbeumo, who was onside as well. Yeah. Could have easily been another goal. It could have been 7 or 8. It was the best I've seen us play. Casemiro's as well. Oh, that's gone out of my head. So many chances. And then Donnarumma saving them so many times as well. And I put it in the chat. Lanky, dancing, Italian, you know what. But he really pulled it out. He had to pull it out of the back of his own net there. But I'm over the moon. And the best, it's early on a Saturday, as Chivy also said. So you can enjoy your weekend now.
Yeah, absolutely. Chivy, what was you most impressed with? There's a loads of things that we can be happy with, but what was the biggest thing that stood out to you?
There's so much, but I think I'd have to give a shout out to the defense as well, because I was like you guys are aware, like I was really pissed off with Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt for the comments they made about Lisandro, and to see the defense hold tight, to see Lisandro battling. I remember
that move. Did Haaland play? Did we see him? Was he on the pitch at any point? I can't remember him. I don't remember him on the pitch.
Yeah, so I'm so happy for the defense, but and for Sam's sake, bar Dallo, but I'll just put that in there. But I think it's really hard to like pick out one thing, especially shortly after the game where emotions are running high. Yeah. But I would have to say defense first of all, then also credit to Carrick, like the way he organized the team. He picked players to win the game.
Perfect game plan.
perfect game plan. Like this is what everyone's been crying for the whole time. And I just, even though I wasn't too confident about winning, I just was never scared of this team. I always felt that we had the clutches of the clutch players, like Bruno and Buemo, and they came through today. So yeah, big shout out to them for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam, when you look at Carrick's record, and obviously I know it's in different kind of time periods, but in 4 games in charge of United, beating Unai Emery's Villarreal, drawn at Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea, beating Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, and now it's just peppered Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. That's some fucking resume, that, innit? Does that give him a real platform to build off now going forward with a you imagine the confidence from that kind of game?
Absolutely. Like, not just him, but the players. Like, the players will be fully bought in now. Like, you've just beaten City, who are second in the league and chasing down Arsenal. And you've just absolutely put a walloping on them. And I think they barely got out of, like, second gear at times. Like, I don't even think they stepped up at any point.
No.
So, to sort of put that on them and, like, force them to even, like, reassess and things. Like, Pep Guardiola had no way out. He didn't seem to have a solution. Like he moved at half time. He moved Rico Lewis to fullback and brought on Shirky.
Yeah,
didn't have an impact at all on the game. Like,
can I just put a graphic on screen? Someone talk about Shirky. Just I think it's the perfect timing because you mentioned him.
Shirky like just didn't have an impact on the game, and that quote, "I'm waiting for the game to kill them," that went well, didn't it, Rayan?
Where's the knife? Well? What are you doing? Nothing.
No,
you absolute rat.
So and on Chivy's point, I want to re-emphasize Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes, like those comments, absolutely disgraceful because Martinez didn't put a foot wrong. Like,
no, he was great.
Pocketed by like Haaland. Harry Maguire, again, I love the bit of shithousery with Bernardo Silva when he pushed him over. I was like, come on, yes.
Yeah.
So,
I have a stat here as well about Lissandro, Sam. Against Man City, 100% aerial duels won, 100% ground duels won.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Done his fucking job, basically. What you should do as a defender. And do you know what? You could tell he had that thing in the back of his mind with the Haaland comment and stuff. Because any time it got near Haaland, he was like, bang, into him. Yeah. Every single time. To give my own spin on it, the most impressive was the periods on the ball where he was playing like Man City. And that's the biggest compliment I can give him because he was just pinging it about Bruno and Bumo, Ahmad, Mainu, an actual footballer on the pitch.
Did you see the Semenyo thing where he switched it and just went round?
Yeah, Dorgu, in the last 5 games has gone from like here to here. He has been so much better. Careful. No, but because you mentioned the switcher play there.
Yeah.
There was one on the left-hand side outside the foot to Ahmad just to kind of kill space, and they got in. These Dorgu's
Bruno one as well.
Me, honestly.
Do you remember the Bruno ball across to was it Ahmad in the box?
Yeah.
He
first time
it, and it just was oh my god.
There was everyone played really well. Let's try to go through the events of the game because there's so much that's happened, and obviously we just started with raw emotion. I'll get into the comments in a minute because I know a lot of people have got opinions. First half kicked it off, lads. I don't know how the fuck Maguire missed that header. That honestly,
obviously like 2 yards out. Like he was 2 yards out. Like unbelievable.
But that kind of set the tone then, like straight from the start. You know, like Amrin would say in his press conferences, like you knew within the first minute how they're going to play, if they're going to play, but like where they're going to play, etc. The intensity, the pressing from the start, like you could see City's backline. Whenever is it I don't know his name. Elaine. Yeah, Elaine. He played like Elaine on the pitch. Kusanov. Whenever any of them was on the ball, mate, they were so shaky. You just pressed the life out of him.
Look at that City back line. None of them fit into any other. Like Ake is not a fullback; he's a centre back, and he's playing fullback.
Yeah.
Rico Lewis is a midfielder. I think. I don't think he's a fullback. And you've got Kusanov, who's had a very tough start since he came to City, and then Alien, who they recalled from Watford, I think. Like, that is a shaky defense at best, isn't it?
It's like what Adam said. Like, they were us today.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, square pegs in round holes, basically.
How much has he spent, Pep? And that's the defense he can put out. Like, it's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke.
The commentary kept putting me off. Every time he said Elaine, I was like, it just sounds like,
Elaine?
you know, like...
Who's Elaine?
Yeah.
Fucking played like a lane. And one of the biggest takeaways from that first half as well, lads, was Bruno Fernandes closer to the attackers. It's just like
off the cuff. Off the cuff.
We
That's
haven't
it.
seen it for so long because you've been pushed down and pushed in that double pivot under Ruben Amorim. You're taking the guys. He is the best creative player in the league. It baffles me why you ever put him. Like, of course, you can take it off the back four, and of course, he can distribute play at times, right? But look how killer he is. As soon as he gets played, even you can see in defenders like body language and attitude. As soon as Bruno picks up, they go, "Oh shit, he's going to do something here." And then that naturally gives space to other players. And some of the passes he was making, the link up, the assist. I don't know how many assists he got towards the end because it was Cunha who got the second.
Like
assist.
Beckham.
Yeah.
Like Beckham, you know that switch from the right side to the left.
Yeah, Sam
the
mentioned
back
that.
post.
Oh, mate.
Yeah,
Honestly.
football's
and
easy
I know it
when
looks,
you play him.
Exactly. And I know it looks
It's
very easy, but the pass to Mbeumo for the goal shouldn't be underrated, honestly, because like it was inch perfect, and he had both defenders. It looked like he was going to give it to Ahmad because obviously Ahmad would have been on his left foot, so it would have been easier. So they were all facing that way, and he plays it inch perfect. We've seen it so many times when players have balls in the right pause when they've got the ball in the right position. And then it's misplaced, but then the pass to Mbeumo was just inch perfect, honestly. Like, and I know it looks very direct, like it's just a regular pass, but it's not. It's one of those ones where it had to be perfect for it to go in. And
on the sort of Bruno thing, big chances created in the game. We had 6 big chances. He created 3 of them.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? Do you know how many big chances City created?
I not a lot from what I remember. Yeah. Not a lot
0
at all.
That's mad.
I mean, seeing Haaland go off the pitch, you're like...
Getting hooked off as well.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the players were stifled. Semenyo, stifled. Yeah. I was really worried when Cherky came on because I thought when we were playing a bit of a low block, he's the guy who can use. And he had his odd moment where... But apart from that, they didn't trouble us at all. We nullified them. That's why everyone could talk about how well we did on the ball and the way we was moving and the rhythm and tempo and pressing. But even off the ball, defensively... So and it begs the question, lads. Like you sat there wondering, how the fuck have we been playing so shit for so long? When you see something like that, you're like, that isolated a performance on his own is as good as anything you'll see in the Premier League this weekend. I can guarantee you that.
With the way the league's going, if we played like that for most of the season, we get top 4 easy.
Yeah,
easy.
That's the annoying thing.
Easily.
But can I just say this for like the 1000th time?
Yeah, I know.
We have good players. We have good players. Yeah. How many times do I have to say this? Like we have good players. Especially players in the defense. Yeah, you know it's subpar. We might not have a team to win the league, but we have players to be challenging. Top four, easily.
Yeah,
and even our attacking players, like we have some of the most dangerous attackers.
Look at the subs, Civir.
Clutches of the clutch, and Cunha. Let's just mention Cunha as well.
Yeah,
he's had a really bad couple of games. He came on, and it was just like he just tapped into the energy. And he was just focused. So we've got players to actually, to make the Champions League. It's not rocket science. You don't need some grand wizard tactician to come here and get results. Just somebody who understands the players, someone who understands their strengths and weaknesses, and has a system that's able to get the best out of them. Just play them in their right positions. Yeah. Like what Adam was saying earlier, football is easy when you're playing in your right position.
It's a simple game.
It just comes. Yeah, it comes naturally to some people. But when you start joking around and doing all this bullshit, then you make everyone look shit, and then we're actually good.
Yeah, thing is, I
think we've overcomplicated it. For the last 12 months, we played a system that I don't think the players suited, and now you see it. First few games, we have played 4 at the back, but against Burnley, I know we drew, but we looked a lot better. Brighton at the weekend, last weekend. Bit of a shit game it was, but now today again they look a lot better. But you have your best players back. That whole kind of right side and Mbeumo through the middle up top look different class.
But that's the difference. You've got. I mean, that's within. When did we play Brighton? A week ago? Was it 6 days ago? Something.
I think Sunday.
6 days, both at the same stadium. City much better opposition. It's a Manchester derby. There's more pressure on. Results haven't been going your way, and the level in performance in comparison to both of them is so far apart. It's unbelievable. And not in the scoreline in isolation, you look at 2-0, you think, wow, that's a surprise. United scoring 2 and keeping a clean sheet against City. Not only that, Ahmad scored offside. Bruno scores a toenail offside. Mount comes on, and we still don't know what's happened. Like, why? Maybe we'll see a decision. Maybe they
Casemiro fluffed his lines.
Oh, that chip.
Maguire hit.
But I think That was the right decision.
It was.
That
It was.
No, it was.
the
It
right
was.
decision,
Yeah, it was.
It's
But
just,
it's just
the thing is
unfortunate.
just a fucking unit. It's just so big, and then it was a good save. It was a good save. But he made the
He's a
right
defensive
decision.
midfielder for a reason, isn't it? Like that's his kind of body type.
Recent comments, Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into him. I'm gonna get into him in a second. We'll dive into the second half in a minute. Right, what's everyone saying? Leave a like on the video for us and subscribe to the channel if you are just joining us, whether you watch this live or watch this later on. 10.99, wonderful win. Plenty of emojis in there. T2 Diaz will say who got man of the match. Assume it was Ballandorgu. Okay.
Yes, it started. It's going. Ballandorgu.
That's
Daniel,
on the merch, man.
Daniel, that's a merch idea.
Ballandorgu is interesting.
Ballandorgu.
We got, and Toby Menu. We need Toby Menu as well. Toby, what a game he had as well. Toby Menu, big up Toby. Daniel saying, love Manchester City and United. Well done for Manchester United. Good game. I think he's a City fan, but fair enough. We beat the Bertie Blues today. Come on, United. Aaron saying football's easy when you don't overcomplicate it with systems. Haaland must have had a hole in his pocket because Leacher didn't give him a sniff. Good win. That's from Andy's positive. You know you've done something right if Andy's positive in the comments.
Andy's like going good win.
Yeah, he's not got. He's not
extended. Is that all he said?
Is
that all he said? Just good win.
That's all he said.
That's all we're getting.
Good win. That's all we're getting. You know, some people can't be pleased. Lumen, Carrick will need to be perfect right in every lineup and substitution. Grand Wizard, Civir, my word. That's from T2. Mate, if you're beating Unai Emery, Thomas Tuchel, Arteta and Pep, you've got to be some fucking form of wizard, haven't you? Got to be some form of wizard. Right, let's dive into the second half, lads. The one of the most frustrating things, even though we won, was the ref at times. I felt like the ref, some of the decisions. He was very pro. If you watch that game back, I'm telling you now, he was very pro City. Some of the tackles he was giving, like Dorgu was fouled so many times. Didn't hear a fucking peep. The yellow cards obviously was something I not mentioned. The Diego Dalot. Did you think he should have been sent off?
Yeah.
Watching it back, watching it back.
It should have been a red, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
We're very lucky.
During the game, I was going to put in the chat at some point, like in the second half, like when the ref was making some silly decisions, I was going to complain, and then I remembered the red card. I was like, I'll just leave it. I'll just chalk it up to the game because he could have gone off. That could have been red. Easy.
Yeah, I think that was a red card.
Maybe that's what influences decisions going forward, as in giving City.
Maybe to make up for it. A lot of refs speak about that, don't they? They say sometimes if they feel like they get a decision wrong, they'll start equaling it out with certain. And he definitely did that during the game, honestly. And then as we get into the latter half, you're thinking, okay, United probably need to go get another to win this. And one thing that we always talk about Ruben Amorim is he never changed the game. Like in that game, Amorim would have brought on Yoro, Heaven. And I know Carrick did bring on Heaven, but he also made subs at the right time. So Cunha come on. As soon as he brought him on, gets an assist for Dorgu, and we go 2-0 up. Yeah. Mount, as soon as Mount comes on, obviously the goal was offside, brings him on, changes the game, 3-0, and everyone's buzzing. Like
you might have got on the Cesco.
Yeah, like I obviously love that, but as we win the game and we perform well, I don't necessarily think Mbeumo really suited that striker role. I thought he had good moments, I thought he had bad moments, but obviously he got a goal. So Carrick's proved me wrong. Like, I'm happy with that.
He went for the kill, which is something Amrin was so risk. He was so risk adverse. He never ever was like, you get 1-0 up, and right, I need to hold on to this. He'd never go, no, I need to go 2-0 and kill this game off. And that's exactly what Carrick did. He tried to kill the game off.
Yeah. The question is, does anyone have worries going forward? Like maybe this is a one-off because we have to admit, you have seen United before, Adam, for example. We've pulled out performances against your Cities and your Arsenals, and then when they go and play, I mean, we've got Fulham in a few games' time. I think we play teams like that, we tend to lose. So they've got to build off this now, haven't they? That's the main important thing.
They do. You could play the same way potentially against Arsenal, as we did today. Kind of probably suits us. We're away from home, play more counter-attack. But then the big one is Fulham at home. We're expected to dominate that game. And Fulham can be a bit of a bogey team at times as well. They can be. So it's in the long run. Looking at the list of games he has coming up, they are tough games. But then after the Arsenal game, it's 2 home fixtures. And the way Spurs have been playing, we should be dominating them as well. So for me, okay, it's great we can get a result today and potentially, next week at the Emirates. But those 2 games, I think, against Spurs and Fulham are the big test because, as you pointed out, yes, we can have these one-offs here and there when we're not expected to go and dominate the game. That's usually how we end up winning these games. So for me, the Fulham and Spurs game are the ultimate test, and that'll kind of tell us where we are. If things have changed, have we changed a corner? I don't know yet. But look, enjoy it today. That's what I want to do, because I think that's probably the best performance I'd argue anyone has done against City this season.
Yeah, it's certainly up there. Civir, ahead of the Civir derby, are you a lot more confident now, having seen that, or still slightly worried you think that there might be a drop-off?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great sort of result to carry into that game. I'm still not 100% like confident because it's Arsenal and it's in the Emirates, and they don't have to play well. They can just rely on their set pieces and that. But it wouldn't really bother me that much because we already expect to lose to teams like Arsenal and City and the rest of them. For me, it's like what Adam is saying about Fulham and Spurs. Those are the games that we really, really need to win. Like that's where we gain on the other on the other teams around us. Because what's the point of beating the top teams when you're going to lose to teams you're supposed to lose? Sorry, you're supposed to win against. Like that's how you capitalize on the position you're in. Against Arsenal, hopefully, I mean, if they, I hope they go for it. Well, I mean, Arsenal, so that it leaves lots of space in behind. Because if they sit back, like they have the potential to counter us and all that kind of stuff. But at the moment, I really don't. It really doesn't. I've already allowed myself to just believe that we might not win there. So anything other than the loss for me is a big plus.
Arteta must be watching that though, Sam, with a bit of a side eye and thinking that could be a potential problem for us if they're causing City that many problems. I know Arsenal are a lot more stronger defensively, but you see Cunha coming off the bench, Mount's fit now, Ahmad and then Bruno are back. Bruno's back in those kind of positions.
Sesko didn't even play.
Sesko didn't play. 3 goals in his last 2 games. Like,
it's mad one game can change all this. The bench.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a bit more depth.
Crazy.
Yeah. What's your confidence levels? Obviously, we're talking straight after a game.
Yeah.
But going forward now, does that give you something maybe to believe in a little bit more?
For sure. I think problem with Arsenal is they're so stingy defensively, aren't they? Like
you don't give a lot.
You don't get anything. You get nothing. Like I remember the game at Old Trafford, which we all thought, we played pretty well. And I think they scored with like their only chance of the game, I think. That's what I remember. David Raya made more saves that day than he has in any Premier League game since.
Yeah.
So you're coming up against a top-class goalie in David Raya and a defence that doesn't let a lot of goals in. So it's going to be tricky, man. And you saw the amount of chances that we had today and we didn't take them, which that was worrying me at some point during the game. I was like, is it going to be one of those games where we don't take our chances and then we get stung by a City goal like towards the end? That was what I was feeling at some points. And with Arsenal, you don't get many opportunities, so you're going to have to take them. And that'd be the worry with United, like not taking the chances when we do get them. But we look better on set pieces. Obviously, the chance for Harry Maguire and stuff like that. So I think that could be a potential opportunity. Like Chivy said, if they obviously City have dropped points against us today, so Arsenal are going to look to take advantage and try and get a lead out. So maybe if they do come out to play, say it's 0-0 towards the end, and they start to come out to play to a bit more, and there's a bit of space, and we can kill them. Great, but I'm more concerned about getting a win there than I would be against City. Like I said in the preview against City, I could see us snatching this 2-1. With Arsenal, I'm not as confident as seeing us snatching a win because they are so good defensively.
Yeah. I think you got a chance though defensively as well if you perform like that to get a draw, and that's not the word. You get 4 points against City and Arsenal. Every United fan before this game would have fucking bit your hand off for it. Do you know what I'm saying? And Bumo's just been speaking after the game. He's just mentioned when I came back, a lot of things had changed, but we have a very good group. We've always been together, stick together. We have a fantastic unit, so it's unbelievable. It's not easy because we had only 3 days. We're all together. We tried to be focused as possible today. Everyone was defending. Everyone was attacking. It was a team effort today and a very good result. I mean, I couldn't be more happier that those two are back because the 1v1 threat Ahmad and Mbumo offer is just we don't have any other players like that at all, and it just gives us a completely different dynamic. Even Dorgu as a winger, Dorgu's better as a winger than a fullback, a million percent,
100%,
so much better. So we've got weapons now to use. We're gonna finish it off with.
If I could, I don't even want them to train. Like, just don't because obviously
just go home. Just go home and then come back
and wait. Yeah, just don't train, don't get injured, nothing. Just go home and just sit there until next week.
Yeah, 100%. We'll go around a round table. Adam, man of the match for you today, mate, and why?
Oh, I thought Dorgu played really, really well,
Yeah.
but like when you're looking at kind of game changers and that, like one player that stood out there for me was Bruno Fernandes. Like obviously got the assist, and I think I read something on Twitter there that he's the first player against Pep's Man City since Pep's come in that to create one assist or create 6 chances and get 1 assist at least.
Yeah.
So like first player to create 6 chances against Pep's team, like which is massive. Like usually you don't get many chances, but we goes to show the sort of player he is. You play him in his correct position, he creates, he does. And for me, probably him or Dorgu, I thought played really, really well. Now, if we walked away with 0-0, probably would have been Donnarumma at that point.
Yeah, he had some game, then he Donnarumma. My God,
Yeah.
some of the saves he made kept him in. That's why I'm saying it could have easily been 4-5-0.
Definitely.
That's the crazy
You're
thing
thinking it's
about
one
it.
of them days, honestly,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you know we couldn't get that.
It's like
goal.
the you remember David De Gea against Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's like that
Yeah.
one that you were like, oh
Remember
God,
that.
it's
Say
just
the
not going to go in, is
Titanic,
it?
man.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's
hell.
just,
Take
it's just
that
not
next
going to
week.
go in.
Yeah. Civir, you're man of the match, mate, and why?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Bruno as well. I mean, I could give it to anyone, but him personally, I think it was really good. I'm just mad that I've got Patrick Dogo on my FPL bench. I could have played him.
Oh, mistake.
Yeah.
Mistake.
12
Let's be
points.
honest.
12 points you've got. Like,
Has
it's
anyone got a
crazy.
United player in the FPL team after the past 5 games? It's you can't be blamed for that, mate. To be
Yeah.
honest, it's one.
I've
of
got
them.
Bruno. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Bruno's the one that you're gonna have in it out of anyone. Sam.
Yeah, I agree. Bruno was fantastic, but I'll go with Ballon d'Or. That guy has stepped up for the last 3, 4, maybe even 5 games. He's been quality, and I agree. His future position might be that left wing spot. Like I think that might be where he ends up because I think that is his most threatening position, and I'm not mad at it because I thought he got a well-deserved goal. Was aggressive, got forward constantly, worked his ass off. Like 20-year-old, what is he, 20, 21
Yeah,
from Lecce?
young.
Like, good bit of business. Like, I think, he did extremely well. I've just seen a guy on Twitter, the Prem Debrief. That guy we signed in January, Mainu, looked really, really good.
Yeah, he was blowing a little bit, wasn't he, in the second half?
Yeah,
I felt
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but again, did his role. And I at the start when me and Treyas were doing the pre-match, I said I'm slightly worried about the legs in midfield. But they was compact and they didn't give much space when we was defending. That was the difference. A lot of the time you're seeing players in there, especially under Ten Hag, it would just be so open and you could just
they're not covering the same amount of ground, are they? They're not covering like massive spaces like
compact.
They were.
Defending as a team.
Exactly.
Ahmad was
So
doubling up on Doku with Dalot.
Doku, yeah.
And then the other side, you had Dorgu getting back with Shaw and Semenyo.
Also, City were triple up on Mbumo at times. Like when they were getting the ball, like there was 3 players on Mbumo, which left space for Abad and left space for Dorgu because they were worried about Mbumo's threat, which was like fascinating to watch.
It's interesting. I think what they're going to do with that. I'm happy for Mbumo to start there because I think you need senior players in the attacking role who've been in those positions before and done it. And then if you want to use Sesko off the bench and we're using him in certain games, good, because he's a young striker. I would tell you one thing though, Sesko will get so many chances in this team if they're playing like that.
100%.
So many.
So what Chivy's been saying for weeks. Like in that old system, strikers are just going to starve to death. In this system, they'll thrive. They'll thrive.
Absolutely. My man of the match, I'm going to go with Ballon d'Or because I just think he's come on leaps and bounds in the past 5 games. Like Bruno sets a standard, he's easily man of the match as well. But because you almost expect it from him, seeing Dorgu like that, go back and watch all these duels as well. Like he's just bullying people off the bot. He's keeping hold of it. He's winning fouls in good areas. Got a goal as well. The anticipation for the goal and the finish as well. But that fucking posting in, like. Fair play. Could not be happier. I've got to go clean some substance out of my pants because I got that excited watching that game. I'm going to leave it there.
Too much information.
Yeah, I'm only joking. Appreciate everyone in the chat. UTFR in the chat saying, get in the Reds. Toby Menu and Menu United have been freed. It's funny how putting the players in their correct position works. Puddington Pan, what a name that is. That's an incredible name. Puddington Pan. Wow.
That's tickled me, that.
Yeah,
That
I'm
really
not worried
tickled.
about the missed chances. At least we're creating them. Do the same when Sesko starts and we're laughing. Dorgu was mint, wasn't he, lads? Played right wing for Lecce. Dan saying Bruno's that guy who has a lot of debts and is willing to work 24/7 to pay the installments. Yeah, look, good all around. If I can, just before I let you leave, if you can leave a like and a sub, that'd be great. Just a quick mentioned, we have just dropped our merchandise, Real Reds Ultras, and we've got mugs, we've got capybaras, which you can see on my head at the moment, and we've also got hoodies high quality. If you've been to Uniqlo, Abercrombie, anywhere like that, and you get that heavyweight feel, that's exactly what those hoodies are. They're comfy, they're not tacky.
It's embroidery as well. It's not printed, so
Yeah.
it'll last a long time. Like printed stuff, it washes out so quickly, especially if you get it done cheap. So we paid a bit extra to get it embroidered, so it lasts, and it's a long-term thing.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
So if anyone wants that, I think Sam's pinned the link in the comments. Head over, have a butchers, and become part of the Real Red Ultras, and we appreciate every single one of you. Apart from that, what a way to start the fucking weekend. Manchester United have absolutely piped Man City, and Pep's going home with a few tears. So,
Just quick question. When last did any of you watch Match of the Day?
Yeah,
I've not watched it for a long time. But you know my answer after that was going to be.
I watch it up until when the United game comes on, and then I skip past that bit because I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah, I don't want to watch a draw against Wolves, funnily enough.
Yeah, exactly.
It probably has been like a year since I watched MUTD.
We're eating good tonight, lads. We're eating good tonight, lads. Absolutely. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Big up Adam, Civir, and Sam for the time. And